It's the city game. And the city is New York. And in the city of lights and glitter, there is no hotter ticket. And in a city of celebrities, tonight there are no bigger stars. It's a simple attraction. It's the top team in America, the St. John's Redmen. It's the defending national champion, Georgetown Hoyas. It's gold medalist All-American Chris Mullin. And his Olympic teammate, Patrick Ewing. It's little Louis Carnesecca and his lucky sweater. It's Big John Thompson, adorned with his ever-present towel. It's quite simply #1 versus #2, and ESPN is proud to bring you this very special event. ESPN, the Total Sports Network, presents the Game of the Year. Tonight, the #2 ranked Georgetown Hoyas take on the #1 ranked St. John's Redmen. Welcome to sold-out Madison Square Garden. It's been sold out for weeks. In scalpers' terms, this is Ali Frazier 1 or the Knicks championship. They even talk in terms of Sinatra and Springsteen concerts. There are so many historic events that have taken place in this arena, but never before until tonight, during 50 years of college basketball at Madison Square Garden, has #1 played #2. Well, is John Thompson ready for this one? Take a look at this shot moments ago. He's got Lou Carnesecca's sweater on as well. Terrific scene. Thompson's got the spirit. Let's go to Carl Martin on the public address for the starting lineups now.
Here are the 2 finest college basketball teams in the world today, ladies and gentlemen. First, the Hoyas from Georgetown University. Starting at forward, 6'7" from Washington, D.C., wearing #24, Bill Martin. 6'7" from Baltimore, Maryland, #34, Reggie Williams. Tall from Cambridge, Mass, #33 at center, Patrick Ewing. And at the guards, 6'5" from Baltimore, Maryland, wearing #40, David Wingate. And at 6'2" from Reston, Virginia, wearing #30, Michael Jackson. The coach of the Hoyas, John Thompson. And now here they are, the Redmen from St. John's University. At 6'5", from Atlantic City, New Jersey, wearing #30, Willie Glass. At 6'8", from the Bronx here in New York, wearing #21, at forward, Walter Berry. He's 7 foot tall, from Wheatley Heights, New York, wearing #23, at center, Bill Winnington. And at the guards, from New York City, at 5'11", wearing #24, Mike Moses. 6'6" from Brooklyn, New York, wearing #20, Chris Mullin. The coach of the Redmen, Lou Carnesecca.
The available blackboard. The stage is set. St. John's has won 19 in a row. Georgetown 7 in a row. The winner tonight will be #1. Of course, the man who got the biggest cheer, Chris Mullin. Look at this statistic, everybody. In the last 6 times he's played Georgetown, played virtually every minute. 26 points, 66% field, 94.5. I think Chris Mullin gets up for the big game.
The big game player.
Now, Patrick Ewing, the last time they met, 32 minutes, had some foul trouble. Didn't foul out, though. Only 9 points. Did have 15 rebounds, but look, only 7 shots, Bill.
Well, they play without him often, and tonight I think they'll need him. You'll see a little more penetration and going inside to Patrick Ewing.
Handshakes all around. These guys are no strangers to each other. 3 Olympians on the floor, 2 from the American team and Bill Wennington from the Canadian team. Pete Pavia, Mickey Crowley, Dave Pollock, our officials. There's Wennington. Pete Pavia will throw it up, and the long-awaited matchup will be underway. Reggie Williams saved it, but St. John's has it. So they'll have first crack.
Reggie should have thrown it towards his basket.
Mike Moses. And Ewing has rebound number 1. 3 more, and he will set a Georgetown record. Bill Martin. Georgetown cracks it first.
Well, that's that run and gun, and Patrick filled late, was in good rebound position. And right away the press, going right at them early.
And look where Ewing is all the way up front, but the foul will go against David Wingate.
Now that's interesting, Glenn, because Patrick Ewing normally plays the free safety deep, lets Wennington catch the ball. That's a subtle change by John Thompson.
And I thought the coaches said they weren't going to do anything different tonight.
Well, he wore the sweater, didn't he? Of course, I think he paid a little more for all that material than Louis did. But I'll also bet he makes a better deal than Louis with the sweater company.
All right. So Georgetown's on the board. We've played 45 seconds.
It's like a box and 1.
Wingate is the 1 on Mullin. It is a box and 1. Moses will try again and miss again. And Ewing will rebound again. Michael Jackson. Moses grabs a rebound. Jackson's off in his shooting from past years. He's had some nagging injuries. He's not the Michael Jackson of old. That's maybe a factor why St. John's won't have to worry about his outside zone breaking. Walter Berry, there's the first turnover.
Bad play by Walter. Force.
Jackson watched Mullin behind him. We played a minute and a half. Ewing goes cross-country. Reggie Williams. Well, he just matched his output from the last game. That's all Reggie Williams got last time. And here he ties 4-0. And Luke Carnesecca has seen enough. An immediate timeout with just a minute 33 gone by. Georgetown 4, St. John's nothing. Each team only gets 4 timeouts in regulation. Luke Carnesecca spends 1. Now, here's an interesting statistic. Number 1 in America in field goal percentage is St. John's. Number 1 in America in defensive field goal percentage, Georgetown. And Georgetown is prevailing in the opening minute 33. St. John's is 0 for 2.
The defense of Georgetown, it's not so much the size, the speed to the shot. Very quick, they challenge you, they recover very well.
Here they'll full court press.
Man to man. This time Billy Wennington was all alone. Pat did not come up.
Moses got it across with 1 second to spare.
Still the box and 1.
Crowd waiting for Chris Mullin to take his first shot. Wingate tailing him all over the floor. There's Wingate and Mullin.
Heck of a defensive player, too.
And a foul inside against Bill Martin. 2 team fouls against Georgetown.
Well, when you have a box and 1, you can really get entry passes from all over. You'd like to get Mullin in the flow, but if he keeps his man active, it'll open it up for other people. Moses missed 2 shots. His keep him on his jump shot didn't go home.
We played 2 minutes. Another turnover, and Georgetown is about to go up 6-0. The Hoyas come out of the box strong.
Michael Jackson face guarding Mike Moses, trying to keep him away from the basketball, forcing it into Willie Glass's hand.
And Glass backed off. St. John's has started slowly many times this year, but they started quickly in their big wins. Another turnover. Reggie Williams is fouled by Mike Moses, and they're calling it a two-shot foul.
And really, the 3 turnovers were sloppy, uncharacteristic of St. John's turnovers. The dribble away by Walter Berry and 2 bad passes.
St. John's has 1 team foul.
So the first team foul against the Redmen. St. John's yet to get into the game, and we've played 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Reggie Williams from the line, only a 65% foul shooter. You remember the story? The foul shots killed Georgetown last time, and he misses the first one this time.
Right on target. I was glad to see Reggie out of the gate, an outstanding offensive player, both deep and with the dribble.
Seven 0 Hoyas. And 5 of those 7, the direct result of turnovers, Bill.
Sloppy play, but the 4 across. St. John's patient, will only take the numbers break against that press.
Boy, they double-teamed Mullin before they even tried to pass to him, and another turnover. Here comes Georgetown again. Michael dishes off. Reggie Williams lost it. Here come the Redmen on the first break they've had. Chris Mullin has to back off.
St. John's has to make the extra pass.
There goes Mullin off the glass.
Except Chris Mullin. They waited an awful long time to throw the paper.
There are many who will argue Chris Mullin for other reasons. They are not centers who go one-on-one. People will argue that Mullin does not have the quick speed. But as you mentioned, in setting up that shot off the glass, he does what it takes to win. All those points he scored in those last 6 meetings were off very few shots. If this fellow took 20 shots a game, he'd average 30 points a game.
I don't know if you noticed, in the box and one, he had cut to the corner. He opened up a great passing lane for Walter Berry, looking in on John's timeout there.
Well, it's a bonus timeout. It's not an official timeout. It's just they're trying to clear the floor of the debris.
Oluige. Not the kind of start he'd like, but John Thompson, a little wrinkle. Box and one. Sort of disarmed St. John's early on.
That's what Ewing sees as he inbounds it, and here we go. 16 minutes and 50 seconds remaining first half, 7-2. The Hoyas came out strong. St. John's isn't a man-to-man. Ewing touches it. Jackson another miss. Bury the rebound.
You may have seen all the St. John's people down. As soon as Patrick Ewing got it, Weddington will get a lot of help.
The crowd explodes on everything that goes St. John's way. Highly partisan Redmen crowd here tonight at Madison Square Garden. Walter Berry gave it to Weddington for a hook push shot, followed by Willie Glass, and Weddington gets it back.
Good rebounding effort.
Weddington triple team. Blocked by Ewing.
Patrick got Walter Berry to throw a bailout pass, stayed in the game. Billy Weddington giving him his A move. Just staying on the floor. Of course, John Thompson wanted to walk without the foul. The slap away, and excellent pursuit. He stays in the game. If you need a big man, you'll take Patrick Ewing, by the way, getting back to your discussion about Chris Mullin.
So David Wingate, the man who was watching Mullin in the box and one, rests, and freshman Perry McDonald, who scored 8 points when last these teams played, replaces Wingate.
John wants a fresh hand chasing Chris Mullin.
So these days of the box and one will now be McDonald giving away 2 inches. And it is McDonald watching Mullin.
Now a trap out of it. Switch the defense with Wingate out.
Now Mullin has breathing room over here if they get it to him. Shot clock is down to 13. They might not have realized they didn't have a fresh 45. Chris Mullin has the opening. Quickly they converge. Weddington.
Now they handled the 1-3-1. Pat Ewing does not like to come up. He was down on the baseline. Billy Weddington can make that shot.
Ewing has yet to shoot. Now he has.
If he gets it low enough and quick enough, St. John's cannot recover and help out.
We've played 5 minutes. It's 9-4 Georgetown. Another St. John's turnover. Ewing goes to the floor to keep it alive for Georgetown. McDonald blocked by Whittington.
Nice play by Walter Berman.
Mullin.
A tip of the hat to Walter Berman, though. Sensational. Chris doing what comes natural. Whittington trying to bump Ewing out a step or two further, taking him out of his range.
Reggie Williams, 11-6.
He's got plenty of range.
So Reggie has already scored 3 more points than he scored the entire game last month at the Capitol Center. One fortunate thing about a Georgetown basket is it quiets the place down so I can hear you, Bill.
Well, you'll hear a lot of noise this evening. That time, Billy Whittington again popping up the bailout. Against man-to-man, St. John's will dribble. Against the zone press.
Mullin, first miss. Ewing, another rebound. Bill Martin off the wing. Good fast break by the Hoyas. They go up 13-6.
And that time you notice Patrick Ewing never went over half court. Later on in the game, if St. John's gets back, takes away that quick hitting basket, they'll need Patrick Ewing.
Mullin is fouled by McDonald, the 3rd Georgetown foul.
To finish my thought before, against the zone press, St. John's will pass the ball to avoid the traps. Kick that ball forward.
And Patrick Ewing rests. Ralph Dalton replaces him.
Well, Georgetown believes in some contact as you cut through. They'll bang you as much as they can. They'll help one another. Little leg in there by Perry McDonald.
Each team has taken 9 shots, but Georgetown has made 6 to St. John's 3. Berry was open. Mullin saves it. Flips it up. And gets a foul call out of it from Michael Jackson. John Thompson's irate, and that's the 4th team foul.
That's an All-American foul. John is right. I believe Chris walked on his own. He's not too happy with the sweater nor the call right now. Chris actually stumbling, recovering the loose ball here, using the right hand. Actually tripping over the foot. Nickel dime.
What Chris did not get was a shooting foul call out of it.
He got rid of the ball, though, didn't he?
All right, so Jackson sits down, and Horace Broadnax replaces him in the lineup. So the Hoyas have made 3 substitutions. Luke Carnesecca is gone with a starting 5. And Walter Berry has not gotten in the flow of the offense. And here, another turnover. McDonald. It's 15-6. The Hoyas by 9.
Well, that sloppy play has carried over from the end of the Syracuse game right now for St. John's. Not wise with the basketball, not valuing it at this point.
That's right. Luke Carnesecca closed the locker room after the Syracuse victory. Wasn't happy down the stretch. Mullin hits another one. It looks like Chris Mullin against the Hoyas, 1-on-5. It's 15-8.
That was a size goal. He's got 3 inches on McDonald. Now, Dalton and Whittington like to whack one another.
Reggie Williams. No.
And this will be on Dalton, I believe. Ralph Dalton gets his money's worth when he's on the floor. Very physical player. Of course, that terrible knee injury. And, of course, he's now wearing the wrestling shoes because of that knee injury. They're unusual-looking shoes. But he does like to mix it up.
It's like boxer shoes for Ralph Dalton. He'll stay in the lineup along with Patrick Ewing, who comes back. And St. John's makes its first substitution as Mark Jackson replaces Mike Moses at the point guard position. Willie Glass dribbles through a crowd and lost another turnover.
Number 6 I have, unofficially.
And Wingate comes back as Willie Glass turns it over. Luke Carnesecca unhappy with the way his team, we have it here as 7 turnovers to just 2 for Georgetown. We have 12.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Georgetown leads at 15-8. The St. John's players, Berry, Glass, Whittington, have really not gotten into the offense at all, Bill.
Of course, the early boxing one and some turnovers. Not enough extra passes for St. John's.
Ewing, a baseline jumper.
You take away my inside game, I'll go outside and drill it. And, of course, Nice little pick by Billy Wennington for Mark Jackson,
who stuffs it home.
Patrick Ewing did not switch. He actually tried to grab Mark Jackson, and they paid for it with an easy goal at the other end.
The Redmen get a sneak away inside of 12 minutes first half. Georgetown leading by 7 now. McDonald. Freshman isn't shy about a big game. 4 points for him, and Georgetown leads by 9 again. 9 of 13 shooting for the Hoyas so far.
Now, this is the part of the game I think Georgetown has to be conservative. Horace Broadnack's not a true point guard.
Burry rolls it in and is fouled by Dalton.
They got it in deep. The big man, the power forward, can hang with the best of them. Able to linger in the air. Mark Jackson, that double-threaded guard, along with Moses. But here, just the timing. Hang, contact, a little roll. St. John's White.
Burry playing back in New York, where he won a state high school championship. Went to junior college, won a championship there. There's an NCAA championship in his future, going for a three-point play. So, television timeout is taken. Georgetown leads St. John's by 6. There's our score. 7:56 remaining first half for Patrick Ewing tonight. Big guy runs the floor, doesn't he, at 7 feet?
And he sure got position here, cleaning Billy Wennington out. They deliver it, took the extra pass, and this is the multi-dimensional player. Terrific dish. I think the dribble cost a field goal there for Billy Martin.
So Ewing just 2 shots thus far. Mullin has got 7 up. Of course, the rebounds, Ewing 4-0. But look for Mullin in an inside situation. That's where he sometimes becomes dangerous. Ewing takes his 3rd shot to flip.
Billy bumped him out a little further that time. Very effective when you get Patrick out to 7 feet versus 4 and 3.
So for the 3rd time, St. John's looking for its first lead of the night. Blocked by Ewing, and a foul is called, and Wennington will go to the line.
Lenny, this is one of the reasons I like Billy Wennington. He's unafraid to challenge the big man, and he'll use good fakes. He dished the ball off to Jackson, the penetration back to him, and now just a little hesitation, lingering, hanging, unafraid, and of course a little touch type of foul. Maybe a play-on rule there, but Billy the beneficiary.
For a big man, one of the best. Close to 80% in all the games he's played this year.
And that ball of his gets awfully cold. Shoots it so high.
And St. John's has its first lead with 7 minutes and 9 seconds remaining first half. That is a high shot, 24-22. St. John's has reeled off 7 in a row.
They must have new church leagues up in Canada. They don't have those low ceilings.
Inside of 7 minutes remaining first half. Looks like they're looking for Ewing more and more. Jackson, another miss. McDonald, the guard, with the offensive rebound. And Stewart stripped it out of bounds, but Georgetown will keep it.
That time they had a man free down on the box. John Thompson signaling for a timeout. Chris Mullin will forget his man. Georgetown, if they had just looked, would have gotten somebody free underneath.
So Georgetown's gone cold. John Thompson wants to talk about it. We'll be back. 3. They have 3 more to waste. Get to Ewing. Look at that one.
Great shot. Whoa. And they stayed with it that time. Mark Jackson went down the trap. They kicked it back to Jackson. He threw it back into Ewing. Patience exhibited by Georgetown.
That wasn't even a hook. It's as if he extended his arm all the way and just flipped it in with the wrist. We're tied at 24 again.
Cricket arm.
Stewart. Rebound. Wingate. No second chance for the Redmen. Look at Ewing run the floor. And Wingate's left alone. Bury the rebound. And a foul will go against Stewart, who was tangled with Ewing.
And you called it well, Len. Patrick Ewing all the way down the floor. on the wing, tremendous motor ability, and setting up inside. The bump now, this is where they stayed with it. The trap, retreat by Jackson, kick it back out. Go to your big man more often. He can do it.
Jackson off the mark again. Ewing goes over the St. John's bench to save it. What a move by Patrick Ewing.
Len, do you remember when he was a freshman? He did that down in Washington. We had the game.
That's right.
We said, we've got a winner here for 4 years.
If I recall, he leaped right over a priest who was sitting at courtside.
Priest asked him for he went over it too. And Chris right away, the playground, pointing the other way. No go, says the officials.
Broadnack's back in. Jackson's taken out. Michael Jackson just 1 of 7 shooting. We're tied at 24 inside of 6 minutes remaining now.
The reach down, Billy Weddington. All he had to do is hold his ground.
Now Weddington has picked up his second. Will Luke Carnesecca rest him? 5:53 left. St. John still has 1 more foul away. That's assistant Ron Rutledge saying 2 fouls on Weddington.
Of course, Ronnie does a lot of the recruiting. They're involved with some pretty good players around the country. In Texas, they've heard about St. John's now. A kid by the name of Lance Flakes, and locally, a big kid, 7-footer, Marco Galdi. Of course, Georgetown, we always hear about late. And they usually do pretty well in that arena, too.
Still tied at 24. 5:40 remaining first half. Wingate dishes off. Ewing, jumper. Oh, Patrick Ewing putting on a show. He has 8 points, 4 or 5 shooting.
He's delivered a message. Quick look by Chris Mullin.
Another break up front from Jackson.
And what causes that? Everybody's matched up on the floor across. A little fake by Jackson deep, and of course the pass.
Willie Glass will be coming in shortly. I wonder if he'll replace Weddington with the 2 personal fouls as we wind towards 5 minutes remaining first half. We're still tied at 26.
And of course, St. John's can play smaller with only Ewing in there.
Broadnax.
What a rebound.
Wingate fly in there. David Wingate's first points. He led the Hoyas last time with 16. Terrific offensive rebound, 28-26 Georgetown.
Aggressive. He's played great basketball the last couple of weeks. Little man-to-man now. Free Chris.
And again, no second chance. Stewart called for the foul. So Stewart with 2. Weddington with 2, and the fouls are starting to hurt St. John's as Willie Glass comes on, and Weddington does indeed sit down.
As an offensive player, which I'm sure you are in your heyday, I don't think you guarded anybody.
No D. Right.
When you see man-to-man, Chris Mullin, his eyes light up. I think they're shooting quickly. They need that extra pass, St. John's. This isn't their style right now.
Like a wide receiver going one-on-one in football. Who wants that situation? Inside of 4.5 minutes, Georgetown has taken over control again, leading by 2.
A little bit of their passing game now. Motion.
Every foul here on in will mean free throws. No more fouls to waste.
I find that interesting. They're going to the passing game with Broadnax, and of course, send it in. Get it in. I can do it. Boy, he's shown a little bit of everything right now.
10 points for Ewing. Mullin has 11. Georgetown leads by 4 at the 4-minute mark.
Harassing defense.
Georgetown had the first, St. John's the second, and now Georgetown the third. The little guy Jackson over a stretched out Ewing. Got his own rebound, blocked by Ewing, and the foul.
He is such a tremendous force, and Chris Mullin looks like he got a shot, maybe with the camera underneath. A lot of bumps going on. When Chris Mullin goes through, Georgetown makes you pay for it. They forgot they played on the same team in the Olympics. Every time you go through, Georgetown likes to tag you, sometimes softly, sometimes with authority.
Bill Martin charged with the foul.
I think Patrick got away with one.
And Jackson misses one. And Ewing is resting. Ronnie Highsmith is a freshman, but a 4-year Army veteran, so no youngster. He comes in the lineup to team with Dalton. Martin is resting because he has 3 personal fouls already. Look at Mark Jackson at the line. Puts his hand up, plumb bobs it.
Like a golfer.
Last time didn't work. Doesn't work this time either.
Ron Stewart almost up with a sneak rebound.
So now St. John's missing a couple of free throws, and Georgetown with a chance to go up by 6 with 3:40 remaining first half.
Motion again. Great pass.
Wingate to Highsmith.
Pretty good hands. There was some steam on that pitch.
And Georgetown has taken over here inside of 3.5 minutes remaining in the half. A point lead. Walter Berry is fouled by Highsmith.
Again, that's not St. John's style. One pass and up. Now, Walter Berry's had a quiet half. The mentality of players that enjoy scoring is, I'm going to take it as soon as I can. And that's not exactly what St. John's has done all year.
Ewing is back. Dalton sits. Mike Moses is back in at point guard for St. John's. And Mark Jackson sits down as Walter Berry, a 70% foul shooter, goes to the line. His comment from the playgrounds is, the bigger the game, the better I play.
He's improved his free throw shooting right now, not entirely into the flow on both ends. He's got to do some more rebounding.
And you just saw 3 quick misses from the foul line. And that's why Georgetown is up by 5 with a chance to go up by 7. St. John's in a man-to-man.
The motion now, and of course it's interesting with Broadnax in. Open it up.
Wingate just lost out of his hands. Willie Glass is fouled by Broadnax in the backcourt. First foul for Horace. And St. John's will trek to the line again with 3 minutes remaining. As Carnesecca consults with Al Balbo, one of his 3 assistants.
John, he's so big, that's really not a towel. That's a bedspread over his shoulder.
And after missing 3 foul shots as a team, Willie Glass, their poorest free throw shooting regular, goes to the line with 1 and 1. Only shoots 56%. Well, that becomes a semi-important foul shot at this point.
Syracuse happy to see Willie Glass leave town. And pretty good basketball defensively on Raf Addison, who's also had a tremendous year up there in Orange Country.
So 4 quick misses from the line, and that's the difference. 4 points.
Into a stack now, and a screen across for Patrick.
Inside of 3 minutes now. Dalton flings it over Berry, and it rolls in. So the bounces are going for St. John's. They lead by 6, 34-28, with 2:40 now remaining in the first half.
Just beat the timeline. It was 36 on the shot clock.
Second time he's done that. Now St. John's loses it again. Here goes Reggie Williams against Willie Glass for the stop.
The step across, probably one of the newer innovations the last 10, 12 years. Players able to let the man slide by, step across without walking, and a fine finish.
So after the Chris Mullin 5-point play, is Ewing just picked up a bad foul. 2 on Ewing.
And what caused that? He forgot to come up. He came up late, full speed. John upset. He didn't get on his man, then he sprinted late, then tried to be overly aggressive.
Georgetown has run off a 10-2 Spurs. John instructing Ralph Dalton at the line so far. St. John's has hit 8 of 12, but we've noted the 4 quick misses. Georgetown has only taken 4 foul shots and hit 2 of 4. So now, Ron Stewart, just a 50% foul shooter. But he gets his.
At the half, if the Georgetown players decided to be patient and wait for Patrick Ewing to come to the box and stay on that side with the ball, I don't think St. John's could play with them right now. He's that forceful, involved. It's just a matter of their individual abilities taking over, and Georgetown will forget about it.
A 6-point Georgetown lead inside of 2 minutes remaining first half.
He was free again, and they kicked the ball out.
Remember, Bill Winnington sitting down with the 2 personals. Ewing playing with two. Wingate. And that rolls in. All the bounces. They lead by 8.
And that was not an easy goal.
And Berry travels. So with 1:38 remaining in the half, Georgetown can go up by 10 as Shelton Jones, the freshman from Amityville, New York, replaces Willie Glass. Clearly a half in 7-minute periods. First period belonged to Georgetown. Middle one to St. John's. And here it's all Georgetown. They lead by 8, looking for 10. Reggie Williams, a reach-in foul. Basket doesn't count.
Shelton Jones had the right idea. Just reached in with the hand. And Patrick's doing a little bit of everything. A little back screen on the wing. Let the man cut off. Step to the basketball. Maybe he wants to play forward next year.
Well, there's Weddington with the 2 personal fouls. He will not see action until the second half.
Well, you think 10 points either way, Len. Save them. You can get in 10 or less and not get that third one. Bill Weddington has a tendency to be in the thick of things and pick up the cheap one.
Well, Williams has already scored 9 points. Hits double figures. He and Ewing with 10. Mullin with 11 for St. John's. So quite a turnaround from the last game for Reggie Williams. A 10-point Hoya lead, their biggest lead.
St. John's going to the well once more. The 4 across.
I think Ewing went to the well with 2 glasses of water.
Going to the well with a inferior first half and have been able to turn it on the second half. Going to have to do it this evening.
Remember, they led Georgetown by 18 points in the last meeting and hung on for dear life to win by 1. 66-65. Berry is fouled by Highsmith.
And again, that ability to hang, linger in the air, just enough to draw somebody's attention. I believe Berry thought Ewing was in the game. He didn't realize it was Dalton. Berry's been able to post up a little high, though, not getting as deep. Gains control. Just level off a little. Plateau. Deliver.
Another missed foul shot. Walter Berry averages 16.5 points a game. As you see, he's looking for just his 5th point. Last time he had 14 points, 13 rebounds. So it's 40-31. Georgetown by 9 with 1:12 remaining first half. Georgetown will take a lot of time here for the first time tonight. 2 compliments to John Thompson. The box and 1 shaking St. John's up and getting Patrick in deep as often as they can. Inside of a minute now. The dream game has turned into a bit of a first half nightmare for St. John's. Reggie Williams puts the Hoyas up by 11. 13 points for Williams. Georgetown with its biggest lead as we near halftime. They go to a jumping jack zone defense for the final 34 seconds of the first half. And Ewing's out of there.
And they'll try and tag Mullin.
All right, they'll keep it. We have 26 seconds remaining in the half and 23 seconds left on the 45-second clock. With 11 points. Georgetown is at their last 7 field goals, and that's why they have the lead. Berry having trouble dribbling tonight. Inside of 20 seconds.
They'd like to get one more. You feel very good when it's less.
Shelton Jones was fouled by Highsmith as he tried to sneak by. So Highsmith quickly has picked up 3. So 3 on Martin, 3 on Dalton, 3 on Highsmith, 2 on Ewing. That's the Georgetown story. Michael Jackson comes back. The St. John's foul story, 2 on Weddington, 2 on Ron Stewart. All the big guys with a lot of fouls. So that tells you right there it's an inside man's game tonight.
And at this time of the game, you'll see a little delay, maybe that open offense, 3 across, let Jackson take his man. John waving motion to contradict me.
Ewing playing cheerleader while he arrests Shelton Jones, a 72% foul shooter. And he misses. So that is a big story here in this first half. The last time they met, Georgetown missed 11 foul shots. This meeting, St. John's has missed 6, and they trail by 11. That has to concern Carnesecca.
Chris, on a miss, you got to be careful of Walter Berry. able to sneak in for the tip.
6 misses.
And of course,
7 misses.
not getting the rebound. Walter Berry with the very untimely call. Not a smart move by Walter Berry. Maybe because of the first half. Sometimes you're frustrated and do some silly things.
Berry's first. We were tied at 26 all, and since that point, Georgetown has run off 16-5, and there are just 14 seconds remaining first half. The crowd has certainly been quieted by this explosive Hoya attack here in the first half. They played terrific basketball, very few turnovers.
Pensive looking Luke on a sector.
And Williams with a chance to hit 15 first half points, and Georgetown with a chance to go up by 13. There it is.
Georgetown with the press now. Trying to make St. John's use that backcourt, make it a very tough shot for them.
So the biggest lead for Georgetown right now with 10 seconds to go in the half. 44-31, a 13-point advantage. Moses cuts it to 11. 3 seconds to go. Broadnax from deep in the backcourt misses glass, and it's halftime.
A very good Georgetown half. Sound basketball, aggressive. St. John's has to regroup, Len.
So, led by Reggie Williams, scintillating 15 points, and Patrick Ewing's 10. John Thompson and company lead at halftime, 44-33. We'll be back. Square Garden, Len Berman with Bill Raftery. We're halfway home. Georgetown leads St. John's by 11. They led by as many as 13. And some stats. They've just revised the Georgetown field goal percentage down a hair to 59%. Out shooting St. John's at 44%. The foul shots tell a story. St. John's has missed 7-2 for Georgetown. So a real flip-flop over the game a month ago. The turnovers tell a story. 11-3. St. John's turning the ball over more than Georgetown. The rebounds are even. I find the assists interesting. Georgetown had 14 assists in the first half. They only had 7 in the entire game last month, Bill.
And the other one, of course, are the steals. 8 steals by Georgetown. Most of them in the foul line, top of the key area. And, of course, exploding to the other end for either the easy layup or the pull-up jump shot.
Patrick Ewing with 10 in that first half. In the 2 games Georgetown lost back-to-back to St. John's and Syracuse, their field goal percentage was right around 40. Missed a lot of free throws, 11 in one game, 9 in the other. So that has turned around in a hurry in the first half at least. And we'll see what adjustments, if any, St. John's is able to make as the Hoyas are back on the floor. And we're still waiting for St. John's to come on out. And St. John's shooting below normal. Georgetown above. I disagree with Dick Vitale a little bit at halftime. I think taking out Bill Wennington with the 2 fouls in that situation was smart. I think with the talent St. John's has, they have the explosiveness to overcome a deficit that's around 11 points.
Well, when you do it all the time, as Louis does, it's tough to question. It's a book. But also, only 1 big man in at the time. And the gamble, I think, was smart. We'll find out in the next 20.
Yes, sir. Berry's left alone and cuts it to 9.
3 passes. Good ball movement.
That's already a change. Berry's second field goal, that's off. So you're just tuning back in at halftime. 44-35. Georgetown by 9. 30 seconds gone. Martin outside. Doesn't answer. Willie Glass, a tied-up ball, and Georgetown will keep it on the change of possessions. Arrow will flip-flop. The only jump balls we have to start a game and to start an overtime.
Billy Wennington pinned. The trap down.
Martin off. But Reggie Williams, having the game of the year, connects for 17 points now. Georgetown leads by 11 again.
Chris Mullin using his head there. He was caught. Faked the official. Williams got away with it.
Now look who's behind Wennington. Ewing's all the way up in midcourt. 1 minute gone. Second half. We're where we were at halftime. Georgetown leading by 11. They're in that jumping jack zone that they finished the first half with, although Wingate is back on Mullin. So I think they've gone to a box and 1 again, Bill. Moses from outside.
They started boxing one, and they ended up playing Berry also.
So it's 9.
Ewing's got Weddington pinned to help again. Good reactions by Moses.
Ewing again with that shot. Ewing and Reggie Williams, a two-man wrecking crew. Between them, they have 29 of Georgetown's 48 points. The Hoyas by 11.
Now, Len, did you notice how they stayed with it? Normally, they kick it back out, Ewing, and they go the other way with it. They hung in. It paid off for them.
Moses doing a balancing act to keep his dribble.
Man-to-man. Patrick not following Weddington.
It has been a silent Willie Glass tonight. Berry kicked it right back out, something he would not have done if Ewing were not there. First foul of the second half.
Reggie Williams got caught there. Actually stopped a possible basket for St. John's.
It's only Reggie's first. The foul trouble. Bill Martin with 3. Michael Jackson, Ewing, and Dalton with 2. Ronnie Highsmith with 3 for Georgetown. For St. John's, Ron Stewart, Bill Wennington, 2 each. Berry.
And Mike Moses,
field goal.
A terrific assist. Good movement without the basketball, too, on the inbounds by Walter Berry.
So St. John's has hit 3 in a row. But Georgetown is able to counter each time. St. John's in a man-to-man. Williams. Not this time. Bill Martin offensive rebound. Over Berry.
Power. Billy Martin up high, able to land that softly. Right on Walter Berry, and a little stare after.
You talked earlier about offensive rebounding when we began the broadcast, and that's really telling a little story here from the Hoyas as they continue to lead by 11.
They've got good athletes who can really hit the glass.
Willie Glass looking for his first field goal, draws the personal foul. And it goes, is it Reggie Williams? Let's see. Yes.
I think you're right.
That's 2 quick ones on Williams.
And that saved Patrick Ewing. He was about to step in. May have been called for the foul. So a break for for Georgetown.
The centers matchup. Mullin double teamed every time he touches it. Throws it away, Wennington did, right into Jackson's hands, and he loses it in kind, and Willie Glass has his first basket.
That's the loose ball, the ricochets.
The loose change. It's down to 9. Reggie Williams runs it to Wennington, and a blocking foul is called, and that is Wennington's 3rd.
Billy Wennington with a fine read. He's just late. Here's Chris Mullin's zone. He anticipated the pass. A great cut there.
I think that's a good call.
It was an excellent call. But if you look at Chris Mullin, he turns in and forgets now about his man. Pretty good cut there. Reggie Williams.
Ewing. This time he misses another offensive rebound, but over the top, Bill Martin called for the personal foul. I have him for 4. Let's see what the official scores have. Yes, it is his 4th.
And right now,
St. John's, Bill, pardon me, with a chance to close to within 7. First chance they've had.
Not coming up at all now. So Weddington's the bailout. Here's that strange 1-3-1 now. Patrick ends up coming out sometimes.
Boy, they could nearly touch wing to wing on that 3, huh?
He doesn't go to the corner. Billy Martin does.
Wennington with a jumper. Berry got a tip. Willie Glass over Ewing, but Ewing grabs the rebound. And Ewing goes to official Mickey Crowley for a personal foul, which he does not get.
Mickey said easy, Patrick.
So with 4 minutes gone, second half, the next dead ball will be our first television timeout of the second half. Reggie Williams. This doesn't get a roll this time. Berry keys a fast break. St. John's looking to close to within 7.
St. John's doing a better job of settling.
Mullin. 13 points for Chris. It's a 7-point margin, 50-43. 15 and a half minutes remaining. John Thompson just called the timeout. If he waited for a dead ball, he would have gotten one automatically with the television timeout. We'll be right back. Bill Raftery. John Thompson taking the second of his 4 timeouts. If he had waited for a dead ball, he would have gotten a TV timeout. How about that strategy?
Sometimes you got to control the game, and you have something to say, and you just put that out of your mind. That could have gone maybe another 2 minutes without all of a sudden it's a tie game. So I can't question it. You regret when the game's over if you have timeouts left and you've lost. So
the field goal percentage. St. John's coming out a bit stronger. See Bill Martin, 4 personal fouls. Replaced by Ralph Dalton. St. John's looking for its second surge to tie the game. 2 surges apiece. Willie Glass went for a steal.
What a recovery by Patrick Ewing.
Ewing saved it.
That's a field goal the other way.
We played nearly 5 minutes of the second half. St. John's has come out stronger. Georgetown nearly blew them off the court late first half action.
Right now, Walterbury can help out.
The 45-second clock was going to run out anyway. Here comes Willie Glass. And he missed it.
The defense made him miss, though. He had to get rid of the ball. He would have won.
Wow, that would have cut the deficit to 5, and that's tipped away by Glass. And Georgetown will keep it. What a turnaround there.
I mentioned Walterbury. He's got Dalton, so he can help out a little more with Billy Welly on Patrick Ewing. Doesn't have to concentrate as much on his offensive ability.
Dalton, a little jumper is fouled.
And really, Walterbury didn't have to foul him. That's the kind of shot you wouldn't mind giving up. The temptation of a shot blocker. One that I never had.
2 on Bury, 2 on St. John's. 3 on Georgetown thus far in the second half. You know, these 2 teams could meet 10 nights from now in the Big East championship game. And if they do, or whoever is in that championship game, you will see it here on ESPN Saturday, March 9th. As Broadnax is back in, Wingate sits down, Jackson is out, McDonald is back, and Dalton, a 62% foul shooter. Georgetown has gotten some rolls tonight.
Crier, the sweat off the brow.
You weren't with us earlier. John Thompson came out with a Luke Carnesecca sweater under his suit and brought a roar of approval from the crowd. And now, with 14:20 remaining in regulation, Georgetown leads by 8, and St. John's has the ball.
Believe it or not, I think that may have diffused the crowd somewhat.
Cute move.
Little humor, relaxed them.
Mullin blocked by Ewing. A major league block. Here come the Hoyas flying. McDonald nearly traveled twice and scores it.
Turnover right away. Billy Weddington going for the home run to Chris Mullin. Not a good play because Billy Weddington seldom takes the ball out, as we see Mike Moses fouling about at half court. Chris Mullin normally is the inbounder. Billy Weddington, and that's why Luke Carnesecca doesn't want him taking it out.
The last 2 St. John's trips. The missed breakaway shot by Willie Glass. Second time down. What a stuff. Ewing on Mullin. There's some ice that was thrown on the floor, and I think that's what the whistle is about. Each team with 3 fouls here in the second half. And St. John's has taken over control again.
The more you see Patrick Ewing, the more outstanding his abilities come to the forefront.
We saw him run the floor as a 7-footer. We saw him dive for loose ball, moving without the ball. Dalton with the ball. Look at Ewing. Backward stuff. Amazing.
As I said. You think he enjoys playing here at MSG?
Wow. Play of the night right there. Georgetown back up by 12. 55-43. 13:20 remaining. Let's see what St. John's is made of. The #1 ranking and the 19-game winning streak clearly on the line right here.
Chris Mullin inside, but the screen away sequence ends up with Patrick Ewing getting Weddington on his shoulder. Good effort, and this is all she wrote.
Oh, wow.
Send it in, Patrick. Watch your head.
4 team fouls against Georgetown. A foul win against Perry McDonald. St. John's needs something in a hurry. They trail by 12 as we wind down towards the 30-minute mark of an impressive Georgetown performance. No other team but these two have been #1 all season long, and Georgetown wants it back. Mullin isn't ready to concede it.
On a 2-3 left them alone, you might see them going back to that attack. Box them one.
Reggie Williams answers. 19 for Reggie. That's the number he scored against Houston in the championship game. Georgetown by 12 again. 12:40 remaining. Walter Berry's had trouble dribbling all night and is fouled by Dalton.
And Dalton should have just relaxed because Patrick Ewing was waiting in the background with his arms uplifted, ready to nail that one.
There's that sweater that Thompson is wearing. Mark Jackson comes back in. Mike Moses sits down. 3 personal fouls now on Dalton. And Berry will try from the line again.
Mark Jackson, number 13, is back in the game for St. John's, replacing Mike Moses.
Berry missed 2 in the first half from the line. Takes his 10th point there. And looks to bring St. John's within 10. And he swishes it through.
That timeout helped, don't you think?
That's right. That's right. We were wondering why take a timeout in that situation. You get one anyway. John Thompson showed me why.
You got to get it done.
Broadnax from deep. Berry tipped out of bounds. It's Georgetown ball. The Hoyas are swarming on the offensive board. And Shelton Jones will try to come in to do something about that, replacing Willie Glass.
For St. John's.
The game is going up a few inches more. They're getting up on top of the 10 now.
And Al Martin coming back with 4 fouls, replacing Dalton, who has 3.
Replacing Raftery.
A lot of time to go. Chris John Thompson's bench got some people that can play that 6'6", 6'5" spot. So
I think they'll have to make an announcement on the PA. Fans are throwing pieces of ice onto the court.
I'm sure Billy Martin in there told to behave, don't get involved in something. So we'll see whether he's paid attention to his coach.
All right, so they are making the announcement. They come down to the 12-minute mark with Georgetown leading by 10. They led by 11 at halftime. Ewing and this man, Reggie Williams. Reggie looking to match his season high of 21 and has a shot at his career high of 22 tonight. Ewing, a foul line jumper. Does he do it all?
The motion offense, he ends up in the corner earlier, the top of the key.
16 for Ewing, 19 for Williams. Georgetown impressively by a dozen here against the #1 team in the country.
Patrick's done everything but blow the balls up for today's game. What a pass.
And another block. And a tip, but a block is called this time on Ewing. And that's 3 fouls on Patrick.
The effort that he puts into the game every evening should be an example after the tremendous look, the left-handed dish, the first block. Watch the reaction back up. A lot of kids would have been out of bounds waiting for somebody else to help. Not Ewing.
Well, Ewing just picked up his 3rd. Dalton has 3. Martin has 4. Highsmith has 3. All the big guys getting in dangerous foul situation. Winnington with 3 for St. John. Berry back at the line. A dozen points for Walter Berry now as he scored 7 points quickly here in the second half. And again, if he hits this foul shot, Georgetown would lead by 10 with a little over 11 and a half minutes remaining. Winnington got it back, and Ewing just slapped it away again.
I'd say the crowd wanted a foul.
I don't think you'll see a knick-knack foul on the centers with 3 of them with 3 fouls each. I think the officials are sort of aware of who has what at this point in the game. You hope so anyway.
You know, in the first game, Georgetown missed a lot of open shots, according to John Thompson. They kept going out deeper and deeper. They were going to look to penetrate and get it inside. I'd say they've done an excellent job of that tonight.
We played 9 minutes of the second half. We're exactly where we were at halftime with an 11-point Georgetown lead. McDonald over Mullin.
Bad door. And
another offensive rebound by Ewing.
And he was out of bounds. His foot was out of bounds as he caught the rebound. A break for Georgetown.
18 for Ewing. A 13-point lead for Georgetown, which matches their biggest advantage. Ewing, who had just 7 shots last month, 9 of 11 for 18 points here. Now hasn't been to the foul line yet. As we near the midway mark of the first half, and it's all Georgetown. Berry is fouled. If it's Martin, he's fouled out.
And there's a gamble that didn't pay off. Don't forget, we've got some pretty good people. We've got David Wingate on the bench. They can interchange positions.
So Martin fouls out.
And that's the one spot that they are vulnerable, though. You know, that big forward or power forward, even though it's not in inches, it might be in dimension. The shoulder with Michael Graham, the often mentioned former Hoya, and of course Billy Martin. So now Wingate, Reggie Williams up front. Slight, agile jumpers.
So Martin finishes with only 6. He averages nearly 13 a game. Wingate replaces him. Dalton's back in. McDonald's out. Georgetown has already committed 17 fouls. So just like the first half, it was 7-3 in team fouls at the halfway mark. So St. John's will live at the line the rest of regulation. The Redmen still have 3 fouls of their own to waste. So if Berry hits this foul shot, he'll match the 14 points he scored last month. And once again, brings St. John's within 11. So now we have a television timeout called. We have 10 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in regulation, and the Hoyas continue to dominate by 11. Now, was he out of bounds or was he not? Only your back heel of Patrick Ewing will know for sure.
Well, with that size foot, give him a break on occasion. Actually, he overshadows the line here. And
look at the step right there. Did he step on the end line or not?
See Mickey's reaction. Nobody will know. Everybody stuck up for you, though, on the truck.
I don't think he did. I don't think the back heel touched. But at the midway mark of the second half, Georgetown with an 11-point looking for 13. Michael Jackson was just 1 of 6 in the first half. Reggie Williams, another hoop for Williams.
Shelton Jones went to help out on the penetration. John Thompson wanted more of that. All of a sudden, you're getting burned because Reggie is filling it up. He's an excellent open shooter, playing up to his abilities tonight.
He had 2 last month, 21 tonight, matching his season high. Mullin answers. Chris Mullin, a quiet 17 points.
On the steps.
Travel by Michael Jackson.
Mark Jackson with good step in there. That'll get that hair gray.
So St. John's back at that 11 mark. Chance to cut it to 9. Mullin had to throw it away. Good defense. Here goes Michael Jackson against Berry. Jackson goes right through.
And the shoulder, turning it on Walter Berry, taking away his ability to jump. Working right on him. Very good play by Michael Jackson.
Georgetown by 13 again. Mullin. Tipped by either Berry or Winnington. I'll give it to Berry.
He was in front.
16 points for Berry, only 4 field goals. The rest from the line. We near the 9-minute mark. Again, that 11-point margin. Playing catch. Jackson and Ewing. Ewing again.
And they're staying with it. The most important aspect of this game. Give it to Pat, kiss it back, and then they dump it to him.
20 for Ewing, 21 for Williams. Georgetown by 13. Mullin, foul. Wingate, 2.
When you're playing somebody of Mullin's ability, Wingate's doing a great job, but they're going to get the foul. And is Berry trying to get himself posted up. Mr. Dalton loves some contact, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Little stomach, knee, anything you can use.
Georgetown, the only team with a type of Dalton in this conference that can handle Walter Berry. And even Mullin whistles a foul shot. It's all going against the Redmen inside of 8.5 minutes remaining. Georgetown can go up by 15. Jackson, he's got it. The Hoyas 8 minutes and 12 seconds away from regaining that #1 ranking. And a foul is called on Jackson.
Position defense, Michael Jackson establishing a spot. Got called for the reach in, but that will make you think when you're handling the ball on the open floor. Georgetown well prepared for tonight's ball game. Took it right to St. John's. Very little respect for the #1 ranking and of course the prior win.
3 fouls on Jackson. So St. John's continues to live at the line. And Luke Carnesecca takes his second timeout. So each team has just 2 timeouts remaining as Carnesecca was 10 seconds away from a television timeout. All right.
Those two, of course, carry both clubs. Impressive evening for Patrick Ewing and a steady night, in a sense, for Chris Mullin. But not having a Mullin-like night completely, would you say? Not able to do the things because of the mixed defenses.
Well, a couple of times he's gone up for a shot and had to throw it away or alter the shot in midair. Jackson has another one.
And Walter Berry, who loves big games, not really involved in this one. Likes an important game. He usually counts the house.
The fellow who was nowhere, Bill, was Willie Glass, who had the super game against Syracuse. Jackson converts. St. John's, well, they're not going to press. Trailing by 13, not their arsenal.
That's not their style. They're not a full-court type of team, but Berry giving them a good shot these last few minutes to get them back in it with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Right? He needs a good finish if they're going to do anything. Inside of 8 minutes. Georgetown's lead is 13. Ewing crying for the ball. Wingate, hawked by Mullin. And Dalton travel. Now that's that matchup. Walter Berry can help. They're zoning a little bit inside. Shelton Jones sticking a hand as Patrick Ewing cuts. Have to make a run right now, Len. Luke Carnesecca was talking to backup guard Ron Rowan there. Hasn't seen action tonight. And another foul. Jackson goes back to the line. The foul on Wingate, his third. And now Rowan will come in. And what hurts Georgetown is these fouls are only a couple of seconds. They're putting St. John's on the line to get a chance to get the cheap fouls or foul shots quickly without the time moving. Remember, St. John still has 3 fouls to waste. Bonus. So Jackson back to the line. Ron Rowan for the first time will be in the lineup, ostensibly to shoot. Violation by Dalton. Yes. But because it was good, they didn't call it. And Walter Berry's been getting in early, so Dalton wants to make sure. Right. A little toesy on the line. Luke Carnesecca pointing to the clock, telling Chris Mullin there's time. Well, there is time, 7:37. He makes the foul shot. We're back where we were at halftime, 11. The only thing that Lou likes to do occasionally is the 1-3-1 half court trap. Basically, man-to-man, heads up. Well, St. John's fans crying the way Knicks fans cried in this building for defense. They need it right here with 7:23 left. Man-to-man, Ewing, quadruple team. Jackson keeps it alive on the dribble. Underneath was Reggie Williams all along. Got it to him too late. Reggie looking for a career high. He's got it. 23 points for Williams. Not late enough for St. John. Another block by Ewing as Mullin is stuck. 2-on-1. The Hoyas are flying. The foul is called against Jackson. The igniter back there. That's as much an assist as anything. Not only a block shot, keeping it alive, starting the fast break. Oh, is he sensational? John saying, that's the way I taught you 4 years ago. Go do some more of that, Patrick. Right. John advised Patrick to take the money and turn pro.
He said, listen, it's out there, take it. And Patrick, for his late mom, said, no, I want to stay and get a degree and finish. That's what he's done.
Nobody better with his players than John Thompson. As we saw Gene Smith earlier, I see Sleepy Floyd during the course of the year. They love him and for what he's done for them.
Just 6 for Wingate, but another 15-point margin, the biggest lead for Georgetown again. 6 minutes and 50 seconds away from the #1 ranking regained.
And you have to remember, St. John's likes to take their time to score. They have to quicken the pace, get the shots up a little bit.
Ewing's all over the floor watching Rowan. Rowan has trouble with it. Ball is loose. Berry puts it in. 18 for Berry. 4 for 4 in the second half.
Ron Rowan saw Patrick Ewing looming in the distance.
Wingate was pushed by Rowan, and that's the last foul that Redmen had to give before bonus. There's Rowan, the Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania native who came from Notre Dame. Luke Carnesecca is an awfully tough uphill bat. Even the sweater's not going to save him now.
Well, a lot of the haberdashers will be happy if they do lose.
Has he said he will take it off if they lose?
I think his wife will make him marry.
Wingate banks it in. At the 6-minute mark, it's a 15-point Hoya advantage.
You know, a lot of people wouldn't have gambled with Billy Martin, but John has confidence in his ability to use the bench, and Reggie Williams almost stepping in on Ronnie Roan coming up with a steal, but the confidence in his depth, he knows his people can perform, so you take shots.
It was tied at 26 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Since that point, it's been all Georgetown, keyed by Ewing and Williams called with the foul in the arm right there.
And right now, Chris Mullin is getting his double and triple teaming right now. Georgetown swarming around him when he gets the basketball. He hasn't been able to get free nor dish those pretty passes off.
And the 1-1 in the line to the shooter, Chris Mullin.
Mullin, 17 points thus far tonight. Mullin will get his 20. But
Georgetown looks like they're going to throw a little motion now. This is where Patrick Ewing ended up with a top of the key jumper and a corner jumper. Back screen on the wing.
5.5 minutes to go. Georgetown by 13. Wingate has lots of daylight. Off glass and in. It's all Hoyas.
St. John's not getting around the bumps at all. Not helping as much.
10 points for Wingate. 77-62, a 15-point margin. Wennington way off because of Ewing. And the foul by Rowan. And that is the 6th foul there.
You're talking categories. How about taking over the game on every shot?
Wow.
Pat would have enough of these. The leader in the country. This is a fadeaway, ladies and gentlemen. Caused by number 33.
You hesitate to call this maybe Patrick Ewing's finest game with the games he's had over the years, but when you think back to the big NCAA games, just clearly dominating a basketball game at both ends, Patrick Ewing, this may be the game of his career.
John,
inside of 5 minutes now.
Waving them out. Good play by Georgetown. St. John's was not quick to that loose ball. They've missed a few of those.
Down to 4:25 and a foul, and now Georgetown will go to the line. We're on Rowan again.
Trying to help out in there. He's directing the traffic. There's the real point guard right now. Get it over there. Let me do something inside. Rowan over late, but that's the help that Lou Conaseca likes to see.
How's this for Ewing? 10 of 12 shooting for 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 100% intensity as he goes to the line for the first time. Not the only thing he's missed.
They're going to take him out.
Right.
Playing an inferior game.
Mullin
Look
over
how
Ewing had to alter the shot. That does not go in the statistic book, but that was Ewing right there.
Almost at the shot clock. Good try by Mullin, but lost him. Here's the 4 to score now. They'll run clock. Eventually, Jackson likes to penetrate from the top. All the ball handlers will be outside now. You got Williams, Jackson, Wingate.
Quite a performance. A career-high 23 for Reggie Williams. And we've said all that can be said about Patrick Ewing and his 20 points. Now he's going to dribble it and shoot a jump shot. Dalton follows. You know, they've been tough off the offensive board, Bill.
That may have been a pass the way he's been playing.
Right.
Intended. He may have called it.
3.5 minutes left now. Georgetown, and now a few of those fans.
Oh, what a read by Reggie Williams. Mickey Crowley, unfortunately for Georgetown, just couldn't get out of the way.
I was going to say, now some of those fans who paid so dearly to get in are starting to trickle out. Chris Mullin, 21 points.
And last night I was in town, and all the restaurants, Rose's, Weston's, Rudyard's, they were all talking about this ticket.
I can't believe how many free meals you just picked up in 5 seconds.
Well, we did bounce around with the crew.
Inside of 3 minutes now. Georgetown, the new #1 when the polls come out. Well, Syracuse might have something. Oh, Dalton.
4 to score. Pretty assist.
You know, Georgetown had the 2 losses. One to St. John's, one to Syracuse. They were benching the first one here to St. John's. They get to avenge the Syracuse on Sunday.
And giving a message while they're avenging it.
And the Hoya fans are shouting, "We're #1." And as of this moment, they truly are, Bill.
We concur. Number Phil Forward, North Carolina, with the 4 to score. Very tough in the middle. Chris Mullin just giving that one there. Tough night for Chris and the Johnnies.
And look at the Georgetown bench over there, and of course their supporters. A tip of the cap to John Thompson.
Great preparation.
For putting on the sweater, not totally losing control in what amounted to a 5-point play, and then clearly dominating with his center, with Reggie Williams, and with the rest of this finely tuned Hoya machine. Remember, they are the defending champs.
A lot of weaker clubs and coaches with that 5-point change may have lost the game. They are, and he is strong enough to overcome even a play like that.
Well, St. John's fans have one consolation as the last television timeout is taken. One consolation, St. John's is still in first place.
Shot, almost getting it, and coming down with the don't stop, continue playing, and Patrick Ewing typifies that.
All right, Ewing's simple to point out, Bill, in this analysis, and so is Reggie Williams with all his points. What else from a strategy standpoint makes you excited about what they did?
Michael Jackson running the team.
Jackson tipped out of bounds. Georgetown keeps it. What are the other X's and O's types of things that Georgetown did here tonight to ensure this victory?
Well, we talked about the defenses. We also talked about the screens inside, getting it in deep. Some cuts so that St. John's, when they went into trap, Georgetown presented another passing lane. Also taking advantage on the break when they could. They didn't force it as much. They also took an extra pass, a page out of St. John's book.
Well, Ewing wants to finish this one on the floor. Backdoor Wingate goes up over Terry Bross, and Bross fouls him. They're pouring it on.
And each of these speaks volumes. This is making sure that the memory lingers on for next week. Authority, David Wingate.
In fairness to St. John's here, Bill, it's the second team that's in right now.
Well, again, the spread, you want to challenge. I really believe even if the first team were in, their job will be to gamble. You're going to get those back cuts. You're doing anything to try and get back in it. Of course.
And now Patrick Ewing receives the roar of the crowd, and well-deserved. He and the Hoyas are on top.
Boy, does he embody the spirit and dedication that it takes in basketball to be a champion.
85-64.
I may have been able to win with him. What do you think?
Right. Who would have thought? In some corners, St. John's was favored by a point or two. I saw Georgetown favored by a point or two. Who would have thought that against Chris Mullin and the St. John's Redmen, as the first team can only look on and disbelieve that they would be trailing by 21 points. It's the end of the sweater, Lou.
Somewhat disheartening, but a terrific run. And, of course, gained an awful lot of attention, and I'll be curious to see how far they slip. I don't think they should slip too far. Maybe
well, I think both teams should be 1 and 2. Each has 2 losses. Don't you?
Oh, I agree. Whereas I still think that sweater had its effect. The smile, the engaging smile, by the way, of Patrick Ewing. That will become a magazine feature for the next few years, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Terry Bross at the line, looking to score his first Big East point of the year. Freshman from Somerville, New Jersey. No, Bill, when we are old and gray, you and I will be able to say that we were at the game when Luke Carnesecco won for the first time.
And the last, maybe.
And the last, right? We bookended the sweater, huh? 13 in between.
Probably nobody happier than his dry cleaner.
85-66 in this impressive Hoya rout with a minute 13 remaining.
St. John's playing more heads up now, not gambling. They are aware that it is over. Grady Mateen with a walk.
So where do they go from here? Georgetown gets to host Syracuse. Chris Mullin and his friends will host Providence. 1 game for each of these clubs before the Big East tournament. If St. John's wins that game Saturday, they'll be seeded first in this tournament and Georgetown second. If St. John's gets upset, Georgetown beats Syracuse, they'll have a coin flip to determine first place in the conference.
You've been talking to Mike Tranghese. Of course, he was busy at the women's championship.
In Syracuse.
In Syracuse.
Shelton Jones with 2 points. Final 33 seconds now. 85-68. Remember, Georgetown scored the first 7 points in the game. St. John's led briefly, tied at 26, and then all Hoyas, 20 seconds to go now. They don't even have to shoot it up. I'd like to thank our statistician, Sandy Montag, and the guys in the truck who have worked with us all season long on ESPN. Our fine producer, Steve Anderson, fine director, Chip Dean. Real pleasure working with you guys.
And they're great technicians, too. I think they've done a marvelous job tonight and all year.
Final 7 seconds of this one. And Rowan is fouled, so it'll be 4 more seconds before Thompson. If winning the national championship was their biggest victory, this one is number 2. Hail to the Hoyas.
Pretty satisfying.
It'll be 2 shots at the line.
And Willie Glass.
Tough night for Willie. 1 field goal, total 3 points. You see Walter Murray behind him. Walter had 18. Chris Mullin had 21. For Georgetown, 25 for Reggie Williams, a career high. 20 and lots of other stuff for Patrick Ewing. And 12 for David Wingate.
Bounce back time now for St. John's.
Broadnax at the buzzer short, and that is it. The Georgetown Hoyas defeat the St. John's Redmen in impressive style, 85-69. A month ago, and Luke Carnesecco signals one over to John Thompson. Shake hands, you're number 1, big guy is saying. St. John's broke Georgetown's 29-game winning streak a month ago, and now a month later, Georgetown breaks St. John's 19-game winning streak and resumes the number 1 ranking with a final score of 85-69. It was all Patrick Ewing and Georgetown tonight.